Hello, dear traders. How's everyone doing today? Wonderful Monday. 2 days before January ends, January 2024. Guys, my name is Thomas, and I will be happy to conduct the following trading session, the following webinar for you. How is everyone doing? Before we begin, what we are going to be talking about today, it's markets, the markets in general. So we are going to talk a little bit about what's driving the markets, what's really moving the markets, and pretty much what the main stories from the markets are. So I'm very happy, to be conducting this trading session for you. Once again, my name is Thomas, and feel free. Well, I really encourage you to write as many questions to our chat as possible, so that I have some, topics to talk about, and I can answer your questions. So, first and foremost, once again, as always, talking about my trading ideas and talking about my trading positions, which I'm currently holding. So these are, first of all, gold. Once again, I would like to remind you that gold is trading above this psychological level, so 2000. You can make this line. So guys, on our platform you can also change the color of this line, so that maybe you can put different colors to different levels that some traders actually do. So they sort of prioritize the strength according to their vision, the strength of different levels, and so on and so forth. Now, for almost, what is it, 3 months since November? No, 2 months, right? So end of December, end of January, right? So for almost 2 months now, gold price has been trading, has stayed above the psychological level of 2000. So 2000 is a very strong psychological level, and basically we have a lot of interesting, many buyers and many sellers. They are now like pretty much trying to figure out what's going to happen next. And as you can see, we have this real interesting, so let me go ahead and, all right, so trend line, so one click and boom, goes like this. So we are at this point right now when it's kind of this decisive moment. So the price actually has to decide whether it wants to break above this level, or no breakout will happen and will drop below 2000. But given the current news from the Middle East, given the overall I would say like uncertainty, unstableness from pretty much the world in general, so I don't really see, I mean, like, I'm kind of like 80%. I think it's it's now has like 80% chance of breaking above this inclined level of resistance, and then so breaking out of this triangle, and given so much pressure that has accumulated in this triangle, so like many buyers position, many sellers position. So once this breakout happens, in case it happens, so either the buyers or the sellers, they're gonna have to start covering their positions and to actually start covering their positions, and thus create this real momentum. So it is yet not late to open. So as you can see, I didn't close, I didn't take profits here, while I was making some nice profits, some not so nice, some small profits, not so much profits, just maybe like 50%. It's not so much. So my goal is for the price to go towards 2100, so 2100. So that will be a nice maybe level where I can partially close my trades on gold. That is why I open trades usually in like I don't invest everything in one trade, but I'd rather divide this amount that I want to invest, and I divide it into a certain number of trades, so that this gives me flexibility, and I can actually I can close trades at different times. So it's quite convenient, because otherwise, if I didn't do this, so then basically you can also do that, but you need to open like some counter trades at some time, so do this kind of lock, but that is a very difficult thing, and also you have to pay these extra commissions, which is, so in this case I really encourage you to just simply like divide your, say, if you want to invest $1,000 in gold, just split it into maybe 3 trades, 4 trades, so then you can have these the so-called partial exits, and it just gives you more control, more flexibility, because sometimes we see that, okay, so maybe I should take profit now, and then you don't do it, and then the price drops, and then you start thinking, why should I should have I should have closed that trade, I should have taken profit, and on and on and on it goes, like crazy. So this is gold. Now my next trade that I currently hold is Ethereum, and as you can see, so what happened with Ethereum, right? So Ethereum is following the Bitcoin movement, and as you can see, so recently Bitcoin in the past few days, so on, when was that, on Friday? That was on Friday, I think. Yeah, on Friday there was this big move. Okay, so where is my Bitcoin? I'd rather explain this on Bitcoin chart. So yeah, so Monday, Sunday, Saturday, and Friday. So we saw this big green day on Monday, big, so huge red, huge green candlestick. So as you can see, almost 2.2 thousand in one day. So that's almost 5%, maybe even more, slightly more. That kind of compares to these movements in the beginning of December, and there was this huge one on the 7th of January when everyone was like, yeah, we're gonna break above 50,000 and we'll, like, again, to the moon. So guys, nonetheless, I see a lot of positive a pretty positive technical picture, right? So we managed to break above this. So once again, where was that? It's kind of difficult to draw, but I would expect something like this. Yeah, like this kind of, yeah, perfect. So this downwards channel, downwards resistance, which was pretty much defined by this high and then this kind of high, and then boom, we dropped towards 38.5, and pretty much this is it, 38,000. So the previous support, so resistance, now turns support, so role reversal pattern. And as you can see right now, so there was this like triangle breakout, and now we are in this how should I call it, like, yeah, probably like a flag formation, or I think it's also called wedge in English, so that's maybe a more proper name to call this formation a wedge, like this. So as you can see, so boom, like a flag, wedge. So usually this this kind of pattern, it usually leads to the follow-up, so to the continuation of trend. So if this happened like this from bottom upwards, right, and then this wedge, and usually price, as you can see, maybe, so basically by the end of tomorrow, the price actually has to decide whether it wants to go, because it, just looking at the chart, see, we are gonna be squeezed here, and boom, I expect, I don't know, I still hold bullish position. I'm still holding bullish positions, like upwards position on Bitcoin. So of course I kind of tend to wish that it will grow in price. And but once again, guys, frankly speaking, I think cryptos have a lot of upside potential, and we are talking about perspective for maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So I think it's kind of this retirement investment. So I wouldn't say this like maybe retirement is a little bit too far away for me in my case, but maybe like university tuition for your kids, something like this. Yes. So I think from like, because I mean I talked just last week I talked to a few people like pretty much big investors, and so they said, yeah, we are hodlers, right? So this word hold, now in the crypto it's called not hold but hodl. And these hodlers, they're basically saying that, yeah, we are gonna hold on our positions till I know, till forever. So maybe they will sell it once they retire. But okay, so realistically speaking, yes, we have a lot of upside potential, and fundamentally speaking, Bitcoin has a lot of momentum and a lot of things that are in favor of this continuation of trend. All right, let me go ahead and take some questions from the chat. So can you please tell me how much USD JPY can go for up or down? Whoa. Okay, so please let me finish with my crypto positions. Then we'll talk about Euro USD, and then I will answer your question about USD JPY. And here comes another one. So, hello, sir, I cannot withdraw my funds in OLYMP TRADE. Why? Please research that and help me and solve this problem, please. Please write your account number to the chat so that I can check your account number, and after the webinar I will talk to someone, and hopefully we will your issue, your case will be resolved. All right, so please send it to the chat. But guys, normally what you need to do is you need to contact customer support, our beautiful customer support, very helpful and very friendly, and they usually help you with these questions and also all other questions regarding trading, regarding withdrawals, deposit, etc. So they actually do that, and yeah. So Dogecoin, boom. So from here we are here making plus 200%, but I'm very greedy. So I'm expecting this Dogecoin to double from this price at least, because it's the so-called altcoins, and as you can see, sometimes they can double in price. Like Cardano, it doubled in price. I was a little bit more greedy, and yeah. So question from Deep Patil: how much stop loss do you set for forex? So when it comes to forex trades, I usually set my stop loss to 50%, right? And my take profit usually equals 200%. So I try to stick to this 4-to-1 stop loss to take profit ratio, right? So I try to trade with I would say with short stop loss, and then I try to take a lot from my profitable trades. So why I do that is because I don't have that many profitable trades, you know, the truth, right? My success rate is around 40%, I would say. Maybe sometimes it drops towards 30%. But here's the trick. Even with such seemingly low percentage, maybe sometimes it's a little better. I might be a little bit exaggerating, but even with this kind of ratio, I can still remain profitable, because from profitable trades, I make a lot of profits. And from losing trades, I follow the rule of cut your losses quickly. So my losses are cut quickly. I cut them quickly. I don't let I don't let my losses grow, because some people, they just when they have a losing position, for example here. So let's imagine I opened some up trade and I was like, yeah, it will definitely reverse and go upwards, and then they start drawing there or adding into this losing position. They start maybe I don't know, like they draw, they enlarge their stop loss, they drag it lower and lower and lower and end up losing so much money. And me, what I do in this case, I basically just simply close that trade, take that quick loss, because I think it's like my golden rule. If someone asks me what is your success recipe in forex trading, number one, I would say it's discipline and basically the discipline in also setting stop losses always with every trade. And well, I mean, luckily in OLYMP trade, even if you don't set your stop loss, you always have this like automatic stop out of 50% and sometimes 100%. But it doesn't allow you to lose more than you invest in each trade, because some platforms, some trading platforms, they basically let you lose a lot if you just, if you don't set a stop loss, then basically you just lose a lot of money and your stop loss becomes, I mean, like if you don't set a stop loss. Now, here is my trade on Euro USD, which I opened, when was that? Like 2 weeks ago, right? So much time have passed. Wow. Oh my God, how fast does time fly? So I did open this trade 2 weeks ago, still holding on to this trade. Didn't close it here when it sort of came back because my take profit is somewhere here. I would say it should be closer to 1.07. Now my position on Forex is divided into multiple trades. So then in this case, I can actually partially close my trades and I can take some profits and with others, I can be flexible and I sort of can expect, can hope for, like I call those trades, I'm not sure if it's the right way of saying this, but I call them like home runs or something, like very big trades from which you can actually, like profit a lot. So basically one of those like unicorns, one of those like extra winners that basically drives your P&L to a much higher level. So my final trade, Tesla, yeah, so I was expecting, well, I mean, so the EV manufacturers market is not really enjoying its best times, and as you know, or maybe you didn't know that, but I sort of found out recently that Tesla, in fact, has been lowering their prices in the United States, and probably not just in the United States, but in other countries as well, because the demand for EV, given their current prices, just not it's just not enough, and these cars are not affordable for many people. So all right. So given this fact, yeah, I mean, I'm totally not surprised that Tesla dropped, Tesla prices dropped on this earnings report, and yeah, that's my profitable trades. Okay, not a big profit compared even to my Euro USD positions, but well, each profit is a profit. So what, I cannot complain about profitable trades. All right, so guys, talking about Hindi. So we have our YouTube channel called OLYMP TRADE India. So, or in Hindi, I don't remember the exactly. It's either OLYMP TRADE India or OLYMP TRADE Hindi. So you can search it on YouTube, and there we do at least 2 webinars per week. So every Tuesday and every Thursday. So please do enjoy, watch that. Please do visit that channel and watch those training webinars. 100% done in Hindi, and our very experienced traders, Karmit, Akash, Devansh, and many others. So they do conduct webinars in Hindi, so it'll be very convenient, very easy for you to to watch and to understand. Now, what will be my next story? So my next story will be USD JPY. So USD JPY. Right. So what do I think about this asset? So what happened? So the price broke. I think I did quite a few trades here. Actually, this was some terrible time, because I would open trades above 150 and then they would just get closed by stop loss. I think like here, like I had multiple losing trades because well, the market, the USD JPY market or asset was not behaving right. We had quite a few false breakouts, etc. So it wasn't that easy to trade. So some assets during some times they just aren't easy to trade. So for example, this happened. Where is this 150 level? So it happened here, I think, and then here, and then probably somewhere here. Okay, and I gave up trading on that asset, and probably I made a few trades. I don't remember exactly, but probably here I think I opened the trade finally when there was this another breakdown. And so guys, when you see some asset that sort of goes up and down, like pierces this seemingly strong support level or resistance level, and then you kind of don't know what to do with it, so whether to to stick to the plan of like basically you don't know which plan to stick to. So in that case, probably my recommendation is to wait for something like this, so significant drop below the level, and then it's usually followed by this rebound, and then just see whether this level holds. So unfortunately, sometimes you really have to wait for a few moments when the price actually doesn't break above this level or below the level. And so this phase is called accumulation. So you need to wait, you need to find this accumulation phase, and then basically open your trade downwards. Now, what's happening right now? Well, a tricky moment. So on the one hand, we are still uptrending on the yen, right? And on the other hand, we can clearly see that this upwards trend is kind of, I wouldn't say it's over, but I think we have met a pretty strong resistance level here. So 148.500, right? And I think that it's very likely, it's just more likely that price can drop from here. So 148.50 and price can drop from here. That's what I think is very likely to happen here. All right, that's what I think will happen. I cannot obviously say that for sure, but I think in such moments of time, I think we might have a quick so once again, going back to my success in Forex, I call it success because not many traders can be successful on Forex in the long run. I am one of those successful ones. Not bragging, but just saying, revealing one of my secrets of success is, once again, I always set a relatively short stop loss. I almost never, with very minor exceptions, I always set it very small. I don't move it once it's been placed, and then I always set a take profit. So it's kind of this perfect combination, perfect success recipe for profits, and I let my profits grow. So cutting losses and letting your profits grow, that is probably the number one. I think going back, there was this book, right? The Market Wizards, right? So Market Wizards. Let me show it to you. Like an old book. It's a very old book. In fact, it's an old book, right? Yeah, it was written, I don't know, like in the 90s, like late 90s, something like this. So Market Wizards, and then the New Market Wizards. And I really, up to this day, I remember this story, this like extract. I I hardly remember anything from this book, but I remember two stories. Story number one, basically one trader, one of those traders that was interviewed by Jack Schwager, and so that trader said, morsel of wisdom number one today, guys. So when you are, so this guy, that person, that trader, basically he was saying that we all have winning moments, we all have losing moments, but he said that once he got into this very unlucky streak, and it just something maybe happened, maybe the market has changed, something like this. Difficult to say, hard to tell, but what he did is he reduced his lot size, right? His position size to the minimum one possible, like one lot. So he was trading Forex contracts, and his minimum lot there equals one. And from like hundreds per trade, he went all the way down to one, and then from one he built back. So build back better, and that's what he did, and that saved him pretty much his career probably and a lot of money. So maybe otherwise he would have returned, but that helped him. So the point is that you don't have to always, even when you are maybe in this losing streak and you realize that something's not working, just reduce your volume. You don't have to be trading commodities. You don't have to push yourself to trade and win a lot of money just like. So that guy, he basically reduced his position size to the smallest one, and that was actually successful. Oh my god, I almost what was I gonna say? Story number two, right? It's about one trader. So he was actually telling about futures trading. So that person, he had a very simple strategy. Oh my god, I cannot believe how simple that strategy was. So he was trading at that. So while when he was being interviewed, he was also trading, and his trading strategy was so simple yet so effective. So he would open trades in the middle of the day, like during trading session, and if at the end of the day his position was in the loss, then he would just simply cut that position, close that position. But if that position was profitable, he would just sort of transfer it overnight to the next day, and he just wouldn't close that position. And basically that story really illustrates this very simple fact, like cut your losses quickly and let your profits grow. So that person in particular, he was letting his profits grow, and he was cutting his losses quickly. He would cut his losses quickly, and he would let his profits grow. Amazing story, very simple, yet I just tend to believe this person. I mean, because I follow the same principle. I cut my losses quickly, and as you can see, I have losers, I have losing positions. It's just part of the game, especially when I try and trade some more risky assets like Crash 300, Crash STM 300. But I mean, when it comes to Forex trades, more, like this. Why would I want to close my trade here when I've just gained a little bit of profits? So I've been like, before opening this trade, I'd been waiting for so long for this perfect opportunity, and then why would I want to sort of, just close this trade early? It's like something you've been waiting for a long, long time, and then you're just like, boom, you want this moment to last. You don't want to close this position. You want to let your profits grow. If you really realize, that you are on the right side with the market, and everything sort of goes according to the plan, and almost all fundamentals are in favor. All right, question from Mustafa. Hi Thomas, good to see you. Can we had a crash of BTC as we saw the ECS didn't react so much with it? No, I think now Bitcoin sort of has its own life, and it trades independently. Well, I mean, can this happen? Well, probably yes. Like, black swan can happen anytime, as we know it. But looking at the current technical picture, looking at the fundamental factors, I really think that just, I mean, Bitcoin is now probably becoming what originally gold was supposed to be, or what it was, and probably what it still is. The so-called safe haven. So basically, people who have a lot of money, they just invest in gold, they invest in Bitcoin, they invest in art, they invest in real estate, and Bitcoin is, imagine this. I mean, like, in spite of everything, it's this kind of asset, this kind of. I mean, like, you can just transfer millions of dollars, like probably billions in certain cases, like so rapidly and without any borders, without any currency control. It's just an unbelievable thing. It's like a storage of value. So this storage of value, I mean, given given the understanding, right? So how much money has recently been printed, right? So talking about 2020, 2021, I think during those 2 years, 30% or 40% of all the dollars in the human history was printed in just 2 years, right? So the COVID stimulation packages, etc. So this money has to go somewhere. And now that money, this money went into prices, and we are seeing, we observe inflation all over the place. Like, all countries have been affected. I think like no country has been, well, maybe countries with no economy, but yeah, that's another story. But 99.99% countries and people have been affected by inflation, right? And why this inflation occurred? Well, two reasons. So reason number one, a lot of money has been printed or was printed. And then reason number two is, yeah, disruption of logistics and so on and so forth. But mainly it's so much money that was printed. So, I mean, I look at housing prices in my hometown, in the other places where I stay for a long time. Everything just doubled, right? It just doubled. And surprisingly, right now, not many people can afford it, but prices are not going down. I mean, like, even real estate, real estate companies, they are not lowering their prices. So I think that Bitcoin with us for a long time, and maybe when we all, move towards retirement in like 20, 30, 40 years, maybe 10 years, I mean, it'll still be with us. It's kind of difficult to imagine not having Bitcoin or Ethereum then. And probably, yeah, I would say, like, I mean, Ethereum now seems like it has even more potential than Bitcoin. I mean, I sort of don't really understand why it's still so far behind. It's like, if you look at Bitcoin, so that's an interesting idea. Well, anyways, my dear traders, thank you very much for your attention. It was a pleasure conducting this webinar for you. My name is Thomas, and I will see you next week. Have a wonderful trading week, have wonderful trading results, and I will see you soon. And don't forget to prepare your questions. Let's make this nice and interesting. Bye-bye. Have a good day and have a good trading week. Bye-bye.